Hello guys, welcome back to another movie review, yes, and the first actual full movie review of 2025. This movie is A Complete Unknown. Yes, A Complete Unknown is the new James Mangold movie, and it is starring Timothy Shalalala Bing Bong, whatever Florence Pugh called him, Timothy Chalamet, and he's playing Bob Dylan. This is the Bob Dylan biopic movie. Now, recently we've had Robbie Williams, we had Amy Winehouse, we had Bob Marley, all biopic movies, of course, over the last couple of months. And this one is very different. This is, obviously, as I say, Bob Dylan, a very famous folk musician and songwriter, and I guess arguably bit of rock kind of thing in there now, and yeah, this is his story. Very interesting as well, because Bob Dylan's still alive, so most of these biopic movies, like, they're from news and they're from like maybe points of view of people. Bob Dylan was involved. Bob Dylan was part of the coaching for Timothy Chalamet, and he made actual adjustments to the script, so this is a very authentic biopic movie. That being said, it's authentic from the point of view of what Bob Dylan wants you to think about his life is what he, I guess, maybe made notes on, you know. Maybe he didn't want bad things to come out about him, but take that with a pinch of salt kind of thing. Timothy Chalamet, though, he really much embodies the role of Bob Dylan in this movie, and he very much did the same thing that Taron Egerton did for the Elton John biopic movie, which was he recorded all of the songs himself. It's not him being dubbed over by Bob Dylan singing. It is actually Timothy Chalamet singing. He has a soundtrack. He basically recorded the entire album, recorded all the songs, and it makes it a bit more of a creative masterpiece, in my opinion, than just a run-of-the-mill, biopic movie where you're just voicing over the actual real-life singer. But for me, I found the film to be a bit slow at times. It was a very long movie, came in at 140 minutes, so 2 hours and 20 minutes, and I found it to be quite cumbersome. I've never really known much about Bob Dylan's life, so you probably could say that I'm not really a fan. I know one or two of the big songs, I guess, of course, but I wouldn't say I was a Bob Dylan fan before this. I definitely am now, more so. I did enjoy the portrayals of Timothy Chalamet's songs, and that much so that I'm now, listening to Bob Dylan a bit more and stuff like that. So it did create a fan in me, but I think the movie topic itself is, and if you're really interested in Bob Dylan, I think you'll really enjoy it. We do get some more supporting cast in the movie, though. We got Edward Norton, who's playing Pete Seeger. We get Elle Fanning, who's playing Sylvia. We got Monica Barbaro, who's playing Joan Baez, and Joe Tippett is in there playing Dave Van Ron. I will say it is a very interesting movie, and I think Timothy Chalamet really embodies the role of Bob Dylan really, really well. He starts to look more and more like him as time goes on. The wardrobe, the costumes, all of that was fantastic. Sign of the times, of course, in terms of it being in the mid-60s, early 60s. And it was a really, really masterpiece from the look, from the look down the lens and all of that. The music as well, I thought was really good, of course. Like I said, it turned me into a bit of a Bob Dylan fan. I just think maybe some of the story elements in the movie, there wasn't really much happening in the period that I guess they chose. Now, they did choose more of a period where Bob Dylan was at the earlier stages of his career and trying to start out. It wasn't him trying to be, he was already famous kind of thing. It was at the early parts of his life, and I found that quite interesting, but maybe some of the plot points could have been a bit more, I don't know, maybe from a movie point of view, could have been a bit more interesting. So rating the film, what did I give it? Well, I actually gave it a 3-star because I thought a lot of the things down the lens, looking at the camera, watching it in the cinema, I thought was really, really good. Timothy Chalamet as well, I thought was fantastic. That much so that he has been nominated for an Oscar, which I think is fantastic for the role. I don't know if it's, worthy of him being nominated for an Oscar, but he did do a fantastic performance, so a nomination is good, but if he wins it, that would surprise me even more. I think the real star of the show, though, for me was Edward Norton. I think he really was fantastic in that role, and it's actually rumoured that Benedict Cumberbatch was actually going to be, he was offered the role, but he just couldn't do it due to scheduling. But I'm really glad Edward Norton was in it, because I think he really took it to the next level, and his action with actually playing a banjo, as he did a couple of times throughout the film, I thought was really good. So I think Edward Norton for me was the pinnacle of the supporting cast, I guess, and yeah, it was really good from that point of view. But it's not the worst biopic movie in the world, 100% not. It's definitely something I'd love to get in the collection, so it is worthy of me wanting to own it. I want to listen to it and watch it here. 100%, I think it's one of those. Have you seen A Complete Unknown? Let me know your thoughts down below. Of course, it has come out mid-January in the UK, and I want to know your thoughts. Did you enjoy Timothy Chalamet's performance? What do you think of the movie? Let me know down below. Thanks for watching, though, guys. stay tuned for more reviews coming soon and videos on the channel. And of course, I'll see you in the next one. Goodbye.